and this is what we have for you this afternoon. Ugandans successfully evacuated from war-stricken Sudan will have to wait another day to reach home. This results from the small size of the runway at the airport where the Airbus from Uganda Airlines was meant to land for their airlifting to Uganda. The Executive Director, Uganda Media Center, Ofono Pondo, says that the 208 Ugandans will have to endure another 8 hours to another airport where the Airbus will find them.
2 days ago, Ambassador Shuet, who's here, and Brigadier Karara, who's on the ground, organized the transport buses to begin busing them towards the east to the border with Ethiopia, where they arrived this morning. Our expectation was that when they arrive this morning and they are processed through the usual means of immigration, the Uganda government had chartered the Uganda Airlines plane to go and airlift them so that they should have arrived here by 1 o'clock or 2 p.m. This hasn't been possible because it was discovered late in the night that that airport, the runway is too small for the Airbus of Uganda Airlines. And so there are new negotiations to allow us to use another airport in the north of Ethiopia. While that agreement has been given, the challenge is now on our side to drive these people again. They had driven close to 900 kilometers from Khartoum to the border with Ethiopia. Now we have to bus them again from where they are presently, another 800 kilometers towards the north. Once they arrive there, an alert will be sent, and then the Uganda Airlines plane will leave here to go and pick them. Inshallah, if that decision is done, if we reach that target in the day, early enough, Ugandans should be arriving here in the night tonight. If we can't make it, they will arrive here tomorrow. We shall keep you posted. This matter is being followed keenly and supervised by the President, but has also delegated the Senior Advisor on Special Operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, to supervise as a special operation the safe evacuation and bring back of the 208 Ugandans.
That is Ofono Opondo, the Executive Director of the Uganda Media Center, highlighting on the process of evacuating Ugandans who got stuck in Sudan. Meanwhile, Robert Maseruka, the newly elected Guild President of Micheal University, took oath today to take office. Maseruka was elected as the 89th Guild President in the recently concluded virtual Guild polls at Micheal University. In his maiden speech, he pledged that the 89th Guild government will solve major issues facing students, such as need to renovate different halls of residence, among others. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Finance and Administration, Professor Henry Arinitwe, urged the new Guild body to cooperate with the university administration.
Swear that I shall discharge my duties as the Guild President of Micheal University with all honesty and to the best of my ability, abiding fully by the Constitution. May God help me. Our, as the 89th, is simple. We only need to wipe the tears of the students. I beseech all leaders in the 89th Guild to dare not go to the administration and management with weakness. For only when our arms are sufficient and our voices loud beyond doubt can we deliver to these students.
The Guild has become a place where students can come together, exchange ideas, and challenge one another in a respectful and constructive manner. Let's clap for them.
Let's let them express themselves. Yes, it's okay to guide them ultimately and so on, but let's let them express themselves. And student leaders, please be exemplary. Be exemplary. I don't like to associate with leaders who are not exemplary. So we shall keep watching you, Mr. Masemeka. If you cease to be exemplary, please don't call me again. I will not want to associate with you. But I'm sure you're going to remain exemplary. You're going to serve your fellow students diligently. Connect with the administration. Don't fear these people. Yes, walk to them and say, Mr. Vice Chancellor, there's an issue here. Let's deal with it.
Mine is again to call upon you, give the President and the entire leadership to dialogue, to bring the issues on the table, we discuss them, and where they require finances, then we seek for those finances from government. Because Micheal is a public university. You know, Micheal is a public university. Although some students pay, the bigger part of the money that funds Micheal is from government. We should know that. And if there are anything, then we can take them to government. So otherwise, I want to thank you on behalf of the university, and we expect a lot from you, Mr. Maseruka. You know, we expect a lot from you. I want to, you know, as I conclude, to thank the 88th Guild President.
I swear that I shall discharge my duties as a member of the Legislative Council.
Abiding fully by the Constitution and God help us.
Members of Africa Home swear that I shall discharge our duties as member.
The Inspectorate of Government has released a report of the month of March 2023 lifestyle audit, indicating that out of the 31,642 public servants, only 25,420 declared their assets and liabilities, representing an 80% compliance. Betty Kamia, the Inspector General of Government, says that the remaining 20% that did not comply and risk-facing penalties that include loss of jobs, demotion, and legal prosecution.
In brief, there were 31,642 people that were eligible to declare their assets, income, and liabilities. And those are the people that are registered on our online declaration system. But at the end of exercise, midnight of 31st March, only 25,420 leaders had registered and declared their income, assets, and liabilities. And this is what gave us the score of 80.3%. This implies that 6,222 leaders did not declare as required by law, and this amounts to 20%. I hope that people here all fall in that 81%. 50% of the institutions that were supposed to declare declared the 100% declaration, and we are very grateful for this compliance, while 13 of the institutions that are supposed to declare declared 50% of their staff declared. 50 institutions of state that are required to declare, of them, 100% submitted their declarations. But 13 of the institutions had only 50% of their staff that declared, meaning that the 13 that had 50% are the ones that brought down the score to 80. But on the whole, there was very good performance. The biggest challenge was lack of an updated database for leaders in government. We shall work with government to ensure that in the future there should be one station where we can get information about all government employees. What happens now is that information has to be got from different institutions of government. So there was no updated database of leaders, and this delayed the registration on the leaders on the online declaration system. We have also low levels of computer literacy, especially in local government. And of course, in local government, that I think is one of the major things that contributed to the low compliance, particularly in local government, because all the low compliance was found in local government. We therefore urge the Ministry of ICT to work with local governments to build the capacity of all government employees to ensure that they are computer literacy. Indeed, I call upon everybody to make it their business to be up to date with the world.
UBC Lunchtime News, we thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. Please keep it with us.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Bang Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go for you only. Mundawa. Best group is I teach you. When I go to which the muscari, because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? It's serious you. What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs, and you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru, and Umaru refused to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry car.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako, n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema. This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the future of Uganda. And as a policy maker, the policies I enact today will protect her from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Iwakato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's the encounters with our majestic gorillas, the thrill of taking on the falls of the Nile River, the joy of discovering new traditions, and a lot more. Join us at the 2023 Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo from the 26th to the 29th of April at the Commonwealth Resort, Munyonyo. Rediscover our country's uniqueness and see what the tourism sector has in store for you. Visit www.poate.co.ug to secure your spot and get set to learn, network, and explore. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board in partnership with Competitiveness and Enterprise Development Projects. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Haha! Towakana!
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months. So you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Tecno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Tecno. Stop at nothing.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, under the auspices of the East African Community, will host the 10th East African Petroleum Conference and Exhibition 2023 from the 9th to the 11th of May 2023 at the Kampala Serena Hotel in Uganda. Take full advantage of the investment opportunities in the East African region's vibrant oil and gas sector. To find out more on how to sponsor, exhibit, or attend the 10th EAPCE 23, visit www.eapce23.eac.int.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom Voice Bundles that don't expire. Dial *100*21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
Yes, we thank you so much for watching. It's UBC after UBC Lunchtime News, and we continue with what we have for you. Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, we're mourning one of our staff, Haji Badru Semwanga Lutaya, who passed away yesterday evening. Semwanga Lutaya, who has served since the Radio Uganda days, has been currently serving with Star FM and UBC Radio, respectively, doing Takulaba programs on Star FM. Many described Semwanga Lutaya as a social, committed and dependable mentor, a senior journalist who loved his job.
Tuko okwogera najja kugamba nti akatale k'ensi yonna amafuta gakoze eki audit naye lwaki amafuta gadumuka okutuuka bwekiti abamu bakugamba nti motoka bazikoze eki bazikwatiddeeyo.
Semwanga tuludde nga tukola naye twajja wano nga tuli baana bato nga twakamala okutendekebwa oba kye bayita internship. Semwanga y'omu ku bantu abatukutteko ennyo okulaba nga tuli kati kino kye tuli n'okulaba nga tulina obukugu mu nsonga z'okuba nga tukola amawulire. Abadde omuntu afaayo ennyo okulaba nga oyiga n'akugamba kino bakikola bwe bati n'okola ensobi n'akugamba nti wano tukola bwe tuti kwegamba ne tubanga ensonga z'amawulire abadde mu kugumuzzo atukutteko nnyo okulaba nga bwe bumanyirivu bwe tulina mu nsonga z'ebyamawulire ensangi zino ku staffama mu kitongole ky'ebyamawulire.
Omu ku bantu oba abantu abakulu oba emikono gy'abantu abakulu gy'empiseemu okutuuka wano mu bintu bya media obyokuweereza ku mpewo naddala radio. So Semwanga tumufiiriddwa, yes, emyaka gyadde nti gigenzegenze, naye abantu abakulu tubeetaaga kuba tubayigirako ebintu ebyenjawulo. Mukama Katonda kyeyaleese mpaawo kitusobola kuwakanya, naye Semwanga ye ebadde encyclopedia esooka mu music
May Semwanga's soul rest in eternal peace. He is to be buried today around Mbalala Mukono Ginger Road. We'll be updating you on all the developments. Meanwhile, Minister for Kampala Hajat Minsa Kabanda wants investors to prioritize among locals when employing. She made the appeal while unveiling the 95th Starbucks International Gas Station in Bunga, a Kampala suburb. At the launch, the investors decried lengthy and bureaucratic processes by KCCA, which is impeding their rapid expansion strategy within the city.
Opened our 96th station. We're on the way to 100 stations, and we have had a lot of challenges, mostly in Kampala. We want to put up over 40 stations in Kampala, just this year alone. But we have issues with the KCCA, the clearance, the approvals of plans, they're not approving plans. So it is really slowing down the process of investment.
They have given jobs to our youths because these are young Ugandans who are working for the petrol stations. I've told them not to bring people from outside, but they should work within our people. They should work with our youths in Kampala who are looking for jobs. So many youths are employed, but they don't have jobs. So if they can employ these people, not from Kenya, not from Tanzania, these are Ugandans, especially in Kampala. As a minister for Kampala, I would at least support them to work with my people in Kampala, because there are too many unemployed people. And I will also look around and see that they only bring Ugandans here, not people from outside Uganda.
We would love to work together to see to it that we have our stations operating and reach out to our customers because of the overwhelming demand from our customers, and also create employment through having, because this station alone employs directly about 14 people. You see, so if we have another 40 stations running, so we will have at least enough capacity to have our employment scale go up in Kampala.
I will continue supporting them, and I will talk to KCCA that we should support such developments in our community.
On the international scene, Kenyan President William Ruto has promised action against terrorist cults that use religion after the deaths of 58 followers of a cult in the east of the country sparked a debate over security and legislative loopholes against such organizations. Such operations are continuing in the Shakaola forest near the coastal town of Malindi, where dozens of bodies have been exhumed from mass graves in recent days. A total of 58 people are confirmed dead, and these include bodies exhumed and 4 who died on the way to hospital.
Use religion to advance their heinous acts. People like Mr. Mackenzie are using religion to do exactly the same thing. I want to say that the government of Kenya and I have instructed the agencies responsible to take up the matter and to get to the root cause and to the bottom of the activities of religious or people who want to use religion to advance weird, unacceptable ideology in the Republic of Kenya that is causing unnecessary loss of life. Let me also say that any religious group that preaches against the tenets of the Constitution, any religious institution that teaches against seeking medical attention or going to school, those responsible should be prosecuted. Those institutions and those religious institutions should be closed down because they are working against the collective interest of the people of Kenya.
That is in Kenya, where thousands are said to have died due to a cult, a story that is still developing. Meanwhile, a ceasefire in Sudan appears to be holding after taking effect at midnight. It is the fourth attempt to stop the fighting, which began on the 15th of April, with previous truces not observed. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that 72-hour truce had been agreed between the army and the Parliamentary Rapid Support Forces after 48 hours of negotiations. At least 400 people have been killed in the hostilities. Both sides in the conflict independently announced their involvement in the ceasefire. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has warned the violence in Sudan risks causing a catastrophic conflagration that could engulf the whole region and beyond. Since the violence began, residents of the battle-scarred capital, Khartoum, have been told to stay inside, and food and water supplies have been running low. The bombing has hit key infrastructure like water pipes, meaning that some people have been forced to drink from the river Nile. There will be hopes to the ceasefire there will be hopes that the ceasefire will allow civilians to leave the city. Foreign governments will also hope it will now allow for continued evacuations of foreigners from the country. Countries have scrambled to evacuate their diplomats and civilians as fighting raged in the central, densely populated parts of the capital. The Kampala Football Region League has continued at various venues around the Ugandan capital. At the Kings Park Stadium in Bweyogerere, Proline Football Club walloped Fire 5-0. The victory was secured courtesy of goals by Eddie Sebandeke, Kevin Obua, Colin Kafumbe and Jerome Otim's breast that took him atop the Scorpion Group top scorers chart with 17 goals. The victory maintained Proline FC in second position in the Scorpion Group on 37 points. This is just one below table toppers Black Stars, who they play next Sunday in an eagerly awaited top of the table clash. In other games played in the Kampala Region Football League, Lufula and Lukuli Hearts shared the spoils, as did St. Mary's and Water in identical 1-1 scorelines. Nsambia beat Edgars 2-0, Ntinda United outlasted Kazo United 2-1, KJT lost to Wembley, while Black Stars went top the standings with a 3-1 win over Sparta. That brings us to the end of all we had for you this afternoon. Thanking you so much for watching. But we are still at work, so we'll have more news for you this very evening in Luganda, Kiswahili, and I'll be here myself for news tonight. So you have all the reasons to keep it with us. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye for now.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together